Broken in pieces after you walked away. I'm feeling lost now and the skies have turned gray.
Well, my artist name is Alure, my real name Alan. I'm a DJ producer from Mexico City. I've actually been living here in Amsterdam for a year now. And I like to make all sorts of genres, but mainly house, pop, dance kind of stuff. During my teenage years, I actually started off DJing first, and then lifelong lessons of guitar and drums, so music has always been a very important part of my life. And once I started getting into DJing and electronic music, I decided to give music production a go. And ever since, that's how it started. I ended up in Amsterdam because I felt like it was the correct step in order to progress my career to the next level. You know, all the labels, well, not all of them, but most labels, DJs, producers, managers, etc., they're all based here or nearby the Netherlands. So yeah, I think it's just the logical step for my career. Yeah, Stranger, I would say, is a dark, energetic song that starts off with really long, luscious pads in the verse, but quickly turns around into the build section and is mainly, I would say, revolves around the synth melody and the drop. I was able to collaborate with Scarlett, who's an amazing singer-songwriter, and she has very powerful, emotional vocals that drive the song. I've worked with Scarlett before, actually, on a number of tracks now, but it started the way most of my earlier production started. I reached out to her through a website called Sound Better. She has her profile up there. I listened to her demos, fell in love with her vocals. I sent her over the idea of the track, just a rough demo. She loved it and wanted to work together, and that's how the collaboration started. What worked really well with her is that she was able to understand the idea that I was trying to convey. I find it really hard to express myself through words, so it's always like through music, and I try to set the mood and the vibe that way. And I was able to just communicate really well with her, and of course her songwriting and singing abilities are top notch, so it just went really well. The idea behind the track started off just with me messing around on the piano like I always do. I typically try to start with just the melody, then lay the chords behind it, and that's basically the foundation of how everything started. The way I usually like to communicate with singers is I try to tell them like in what headspace I was when I was making it, and also work a lot with references. So say like, oh, I really like the lyrics from this song, I really like the melody and the performance from this one, so let's try to combine like all these different references as well as fresh new ideas that she or I might have, and then blend them all together to make the final product. The lyrics was mostly her. I like to give my inputs in terms of, at the beginning, set like the overall theme, what kind of like storyline I want to convey with the music. She dives in, starts going with the lyrics, and then we both revise them. And then there was a couple lines where I was like, oh, maybe we can change a couple words or sing the melody a little bit differently. So we worked back and forth until we're both really happy with the end result, and that's how we did it. The song is about, basically, it's about a couple, in this case, Scarlett being like the main character of this story, and she's coming to the sudden realization that things aren't working out with her partner. She's putting in a lot of effort into the relationship, a lot of emotion, but she's not getting that in return. So the song talks about like, you know, I fell in love with this person, we had like this such amazing time, but we're growing further apart. And that's what led to actually the title of the song, Stranger. Yeah, I try to portray mostly the feelings with the chords and the melodies that I choose. So of course, when you target specific notes or chords, you can really convey an emotion right from the beginning. Even if it's just sitting in a piano, if you play a good melody with good chords, you can already get the emotion of where the song might be headed. And then after that, sound selection and everything just adds to the production and to the overall idea of the song. Yeah, well, the way I work with most songs is I find music is like an outlet for me. So it's not like I go into the studio saying like, well, most of the time I should say, it's not like I go into the studio saying, oh, I want to make this song. It's basically just how I'm feeling that day, or, you know, things that have been happening around me for the for the past couple of days. I go in there, I sit in the piano, and I just write, and whatever comes out, comes out. And it's usually just the mood that I'm in. If I'm in a party mood and I'm happy, I'm gonna make more, happy songs. If I'm in a sad mood or the weather's bad outside, it's gonna be most likely a sadder song. But yeah, it's just trying to convey what I'm feeling the days that I'm in the studio. So I try to find inspiration also from listening to different types of music, different genres, not just electronic, whether it's pop, rock, classical even, whatever. Just try to pull from all these different musicians, and I try to learn what they do and how they do it, and then convey it in my own way. It was a great experience to work with everyone. I'm really, really happy with the end result. I think it's a great track, and you should go listen to it right now.